headed in for a very, very quiet close. It's almost a mirror image of yesterday, wherein, irrespective of the highs and the lows of the day, we close in absolutely flat, and that's exactly what's happening. Barely in the green, less than 50 points, 23,300 those sticking by. Power Grid, SBI Life, iShares, TechM, Shriram Finance, Bajaj Finance, and Coal India, of course, have been your movers. But on the dragging end, look at the swift slide that you've seen in M&M. If we can just bring up the intraday graph of that stock, because I'm not quite sure whether it started off the day as weak. It did start off well in the green, but in the last 1 hour, you've seen the stock cool off quite a fair bit. It's closing in pretty much at the session lows. 46 points lower, 27.87 is where it's shutting shop for the day. But yeah, FMCG as a pack has been quite the laggard. So Britannia, Unilever, Nestle, etc. have all been laggards. So has ICICI Bank. But what are the newsmakers up to in trade, and how has the rest of the market fared? I hand it over to Vinny for exactly that.
So absolutely, in terms of what we've seen, like you were mentioning, that the Nifty 50 closing almost a flattish in day, from the day's highest point. We touched a new high at one point of time, 23,400, above that mark, 411 was the last time, 441 at today's day. But yesterday, closing absolutely flat, almost down 130 points from the day's highest point is what the Nifty 50 is doing. 0.2% of gain. Similar for the Sensex, also down, just holding on to gains of almost 0.2%. While what we also are seeing in terms of the broader markets, let's look at that. Nifty mid and Nifty small cap, that seems to be managing to hold on to that 1% gain that we've seen. So not much of a fall that we've seen for the broader markets. So yeah, keeping an eye out on that. Other than that, what we should also talk about is FMCG. Like Aisha was saying, that FMCG pack has been a bit subdued in trade today. Whether you look at an HUL, whether you look at a Britannia, Marico, all of them are down and out in trade. FMCG pack among the top sectoral losers that's coming in there. Media, Sun TV, let's pull that up. We did have a brokerage note that came in from Axis Capital for Sun TV, and Sun TV was quite chirped up in trade in the media pack, and Nifty Media among the top sectoral gainers. Today we have some of the names, like whether you look at a Dish TV, whether you look at even Hathway, even Z, all of them are holding on to good gains right now with Sun TV. PSUs, they have been managing to hold on to gains in the last few trading sessions. So whether you look at PSU banks or PSEs, all of them are holding on to gains. And in PSUs, we have a few names like Central Bank, Bank of Baroda, IOB, which have managed to hold on to gains. Other than that, in terms of the gainers, we did have Container Corp, which was doing well today. So Container Corp was managing to hold on to gains there today. Sharp spike up in terms of Container Corp, 5% uptick there. Paytm, that was the one which suddenly saw a spike up in the second half of the trading session, and Paytm will be closing with gains of 5.5% today. Veranda Solutions, let's pull that up because that's 20% uptick. I think it's in upper circuit. Whether it's closing on that, yes, 17% uptick even at the end of the day. So very interesting day that's coming for most of these movers in trade. We're keeping an eye out on that. Other than that, Nifty Auto, bit subdued today because we saw M&M seeing a fall. So because of that, Nifty Auto bit subdued. That M&M is causing surely some bit of a pressure today, even on the Nifty 50. Other than that, we have TVS Motors, Maruti, also a bit subdued in trade. Nothing exciting happening on that front. Let's pull up what are some of these other names doing, like GAIL, BPCL, IOCL. Yesterday they were buzzing in trade. Today where they are going to be closing at, that is something we're watching out for. GAIL holding on to gains of almost 2%, BPCL managing to hold on to gains of almost 1%. We did have some commentary that came in on the BPCL side as well, so we're keeping an eye out on that. But yes, market seems like off the day's highest point, almost flattish is what we could say in terms of a close. 23,300 levels, just managing to hold on to that. That's where the Nifty is closing at today.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.